Hello everyone, welcome to Ajiro Tech. Ajiro Tech. In this video, we're going to be looking at the CIE, which means Cambridge Assessment International Education, and we're looking at the Information and Communication Technology with the course code 0417 and or 0983, and we're looking at variant 21. February March 2024, and this was a paper that was officially released a few hours ago as of the time of this recording. So we're recording on the official time, okay? And we're going to be looking at document production, okay? We're looking at document production. The duration of this paper is 2 hours 15 minutes for the whole task, so please take note of that. Instructions are very, very important. So it simply means that you're to go through each and every instruction before proceeding for your exams. Okay, and of course the total mark for this paper is 70, so take note of that. All right, you've been supplied with the following source file. These are the files that we'll be supplying with, so we need to work with it. Task 1, evidence document. Before the document production, you have to look at task 1, okay, which is the evidence document. And we've done a video on presentations already, so you can go check it out. It's right there on my YouTube channel. We've done a video on presentations on February March 2024, so go check it out because we actually created the evidence document on it. Okay, so I'm going to open the evidence document here, which is what we have created already right here. Okay, so what did we do? We ensured that the name, comma, center number, and candidate number will appear on every page of the document, which we did, and also save this document in our work area with evidence with a candidate number, which we also did. Okay, task 2, document. Please, teachers who are watching this video, tutors who are also watching this video, please, before teaching your student document production, you have to take note of the following topics. They must have knowledge on the following topics. Number 1, audiences, which is chapter 9. Number 2, they have to take note of chapter 11, file management. Number 3, they have to take note of chapter 13, layout. Number 4, they have to take note of chapter 14, styles. And number 5, they have to take note of chapter 15, proofing. They must have a knowledge, a prerequisite of these 5 chapters before proceeding to document production, which is chapter 17. It is a terrible idea to begin teaching document production when these 5 chapters have not been treated. So please, teachers, if you're watching this, please let's help our learners and let them learn the right way. Okay, so let's get to work. Okay, task 2, document. So you're going to edit a report about video gaming. Okay, the company uses a corporate house style. So when we talk about the corporate house style, we're going to see this in chapter 14, styles. And the whole idea of the corporate house style is talking about branding. Okay, certain organization want to have a unique branding, a unique style to how they send out their document. Okay, paragraph styles, okay, must be created and applied as instructed. Okay, so they're going to be created. So we don't have anyone that's been created for us. This is good. So we're creating everything ourselves. Okay, using a suitable software package, open the file. Now the suitable and recommended software for document production, you see this in chapter 13, layout. Okay, it is what? The Microsoft Word. Okay, the Microsoft Word. That is the recommended software for document production. So let's open the file. We've already explained the RTF, which means the rich text format. It was very extensive in presentation, so please look at the video on presentation to understand what we mean. So you see this in chapter 11 as well, file management, okay, which talk about the rich text format, which has some certain formatting features on them. All right, so let's open this CO2 gaming. Okay, so I'm just going to open it on Word at default. So yes, done, and I'm going to click on enable editing. Good. All right, the page is set up to A4 landscape orientation with 2.5 centimeter margins. Do not make any changes to this. So we're not making any changes to this, literally. Okay, but we just need to check, right? I just came with a lot, but I still need to check, right? So I'm going to go to page setup. Now this is your ribbon, and I have 2.5 landscape and A4. Fine. Okay, All right, so I have this right here. Okay, so we have paragraph styles that have been created. Good. So we have it has been created. So now that we have it has been created, so let's take note of them. So two paragraph styles have already been created. Do not make any changes to this. Okay, so it simply means that the styles have been created. We're not to make any changes to it. Just leave it the way they are, except they tell us to modify. Okay, so save the document in your work area with the file name Gal Market. So I'm just going to copy this. Copy, and I'm going to click on File. Click on Save As. Okay, and right here, since this is the interface, I'm just going to, or you can browse whichever one you want to do, and I'll just paste it here. Gal Market. The Save As type. Now take note of this. Make sure it is saved in the format of the software you're using. So the format of the software I'm using is Microsoft Word, so it's going to be what? Word document. So I'm going to save it right here, and of course I'm going to change it to the newest. So okay, so I have it here. Place in your evidence document a screenshot to show this file has been saved. Make sure that there is evidence of the file type. Okay, there's evidence of the file type. Okay, so I'm going to change the view right here, switch the view to what? Details. Okay, and now this space, I can just take up the space by taking my cursor here, double clicking, and then this as well, the type. You can see that some things are not showing. I can just double click on it. Okay, so good. And I can refresh. So we have it somewhere here. So what do I do? I'm going to right click, sort by, and then date modify to have it at the top. Now take note, you are not expected to take a screenshot with the dark theme. Okay, you're not expected to do that. So if you're wondering how to change it, you can go to settings, personalization, colors, and then you can change it to a light theme. Okay, good. Okay, so now we can take the screenshot. It looks so bright. Yes, I know, right? I'm going to change it back once I do this. So we're going to use the snipping tool, right? The snipping tool is how we do it. If you're wondering how to get it, so you can click here, then go to the snipping tool. Okay, you can open it, and then or the keyboard shortcut is Windows Shift S. I'm going to click on New, and I'm going to take my screenshot from here. Right here. Done. And this is step 1. So I'm going to paste it here. Hit on enter, hit on enter. You can right click and then you paste. Okay, so I have this here, which is fine. Everything is showing the name and of course the file type, which is what they want. To just make sure there's evidence of the file type. And the evidence of the file type here is what? Let me open my evidence document. Is the Microsoft Word. Very important. It has to show the size as well. Okay, to know that it's not 0 kilobytes. Okay, so please, very important. So now that I'm done with this, I can by all means change it back to, goodness me, I know somebody saying thank you, Mr. Ajiro, you're welcome. Okay, so step 2. So I'm done with this. It's important to always go to each question. All right, place in the header of the Gal Market. Place in the header of the Gal Market document the text gaming review by. Okay, I'm just going to copy this. So the header. So what's a header? Okay, so a header is an area of the document that lies between the top of the page and of course top of the margin. Okay, why a footer is an area of the document that lies between the bottom of the page and the bottom of what? The margin. Very, very important. So this is header and this is footer. Hope that makes sense. Okay, so let's do that. Header of what? The Gal Market document. So I'm going to click on insert. Okay, so header, I'm just going to choose the 3 column because it gives me 3 alignment and we can work with. Okay, so we have this. So the header of the document. Okay, and followed by space, right align. So it's going to be right align. Very important. So I'm going to click here, right click, and then just paste the plain text. Okay, okay, space, they say followed by space, and your name, center number, and candidate number. So I have my name, your full name. When they talk about your name, is your full name, comma, space, your center number AN070. This is generic center number, comma space. Your candidate number is what? For me is 2024. Okay. All right, so we've done, this is going to be right aligned. So right here, this is right aligned, center aligned, left aligned. All right, place in the footer, automated page number, right aligned, footer. So right here, I'm going to go to footer. So I have the footer here. I'm going to come here to footer, 3 columns. So we have it here. So this is going to be what? Right aligned. So automated page number, right aligned. So for us to get automated page number, I'm going to click here, right? Go to page number, okay? Current position, plain number. The current position simply means where the cursor is. Take note, where the cursor is. Okay. All right. Make sure that all the alignment match the page margin. All the alignment. We'll talk about all the alignment page margin. Simply we're going to view and then grid line. You can see that they all match the page margin. Very important. So we have that. Okay. Now, no other text or placeholders are included in the header or footer areas. So this simply means that this is a text. A placeholder is like a text box, so they're not included. So I'm going to click here, hit on delete, click here, hit on delete. Then I'm going to scroll up, click here, hit on delete on my keyboard, click on the type here, hit on delete on my keyboard. Okay, so we have that. Okay, the header and footer are displayed on all pages. By all means, they are displayed. If you scroll down, you see that they are displayed on all pages. So I can close my header and footer. So right align, right align. So this is a wrap, so I don't miss anything. Step 3, select the subheadings, games, and all the following text up to and including the paragraph ending, same hardware and performance. So what I will do is I'm going to find it. Okay, so my home here, I'm going to go to editing, find. I'm going to search for it, same hardware. Okay, so I have it right here. So I'm going to click, they said paragraph ending. After the full stop, that's the paragraph ending. So I can close my navigation. Okay, I can close my navigation. So I have it here. So they said what? Games up to. So I have games here. So I'm going to highlight this from games to right here. Don't add a space. Good. Okay. And then change the page layout so that only this text is displayed in 2 columns of equal width. Okay. So I'm going to go to layout, columns, more columns, and then 2 columns. Okay. They said what is displayed in 2 columns with a 1.5 centimeter. Please, the measurement unit is centimeter, not inch. If yours is in inch or yours is in millimeters, I'm going to show you how to change it. Okay, so I'm going to change it to 1.5. This is the spacing. The what of equal width. So you can see that the equal width is what selected, and it's going to be to the selected text. Now, most of you are wondering what is the line between. So far, they've not asked us line between, but just in case they ask line between, it simply means that there's going to be a line separating the columns. So we don't need it, so we're going to uncheck it and then click on what? Okay. So we have this. So this is actually 1.5 centimeters. Very important. So we can have it right here showing which is what they want. Okay, so good. All right. So what else? So this is done. Step 4, apply the number bullet to the text from action games to role-playing games. The number bullet. So we have it right here. So I'm going to highlight this. Don't include a space. So we have it this. So what apply number bullet to the text from action games to role-playing games. So let's do that. So right here, I'm going to go to home. Then under your number, we have number. I'm going to choose this. Okay, so done. What else? Make sure that the number are aligned at the left margin. We'll talk about align at the left margin. It simply means that they have to be aligned. So it's 0 centimeters. How do we change the measurement unit? So let's do that. File, more, home, advanced. Under display, we can actually show the measurement unit. Show the measurement unit of this, how to change it. Very, very important, just in case yours is not in centimeters. All right, so we have this. So to make it to be left aligned, so it simply means that default is going to be what? The left is going to be what? 0 centimeters. How do we do this? So I'm going to go to paragraph, right? So right here under the indentation, I'm going to make this 0 centimeters. Good. So if I click on OK, so we have it left aligned. Good. The next one is that the list is in single line spacing with no space before or after each line. It's in single line spacing. So I'm going to go to my paragraph. It's a single line spacing with no space before or after. Before or after, so I'm going to make this 0. I'm going to click on OK. There's a 6-point space after the last item in the list. A 6-point space after the last item. So what I will do here is I'm going to hit on enter. Okay, no, take note of that. Come here, and what I will do here is I'm going to reduce this to what? 6 points. Now the spacing measurement unit is what? Point. So I'm going to reduce this, right, to decrease it to what? 6 points. Good, that's done. All right, so this is done. Step 5. This is where the work begins. Create and store the following style, basing it on the default or normal paragraph style. Okay, so the default paragraph style is what? Normal. Take note of that. The default paragraph style is what? Normal. Okay, now we have the style name. This is going to be the style name. So let's do that. I'm going to copy the style name. Copy. So it simply means that we're going to do this in our style. So right here, I'm going to click on the styles. So we call this the style organizer. Right here, we call this what? Our style organizer. Now, before creating your styles, please take note. Scroll down to the last paragraph. Okay, hit on enter. Good. Please, you can ensure that the style is based on normal. Very important. The style is based on normal. Okay, the style right here is based on normal, and then right here on your A plus, subscript plus, then I'll click here to create a new style, and my properties, this property is my name, which is a style name. I'm going to right click and then paste this. Okay, then your font style. We have 2 categories of styles. Okay, so we have the serif, and then we have the sans serif. Now for the serif, okay, the serif have little ticks at the end of each character. Okay, that's what the serif means. And a good example of this font is what? Your Times New Roman. Times New Roman. Very important. Take note of that. So there is no font called serif. Please take note. But rather it is a category of the styles, of the font styles, which you have as what? The serif, which a good example of your serif is your Times New Roman. And the reason why we use the Times New Roman is because it has little ticks at the end of each character. That is one of the font that depicts what serif is. Okay. Then we have sans serif. Now your sans serif, there are straight edges at the end of what? Each character, right? And a good example of your serif is what? Your area. Okay, is your area. So take note of that. Okay, so here we have what? Serif. So this means what? The Times New Roman. Good. The Times New Roman. So I'm going to select this Times New Roman. Font size, which is point, is 20. Of course, your font size measurement is in point 20. Now it's showing sample text because we're not applying it. We're not using anything. We want it to be sample text because we don't want it to tamper with the integrity of our work. Okay, especially when the styles have been created. Okay, the alignment here, so we're done with this. 20. The alignment here is center. Okay, so we have 4 alignment: left, center, right, and justified. Center. Enhancement here is bold. italics, and all capital. So click on format, go to font, and then all caps. Now, most of you are wondering, why normal? Why is it based on normal? It's based on normal because at normal, we have no features applied to it. The styles at normal are all reset. They're blank. So now with normal, we can now add in new features. Okay? New formatting features. Hope that makes sense. Okay. So line spacing is single. So right here, we have single, 1.5, and then we have double. We also have multiple. So take note, we also have multiple. So take note, that's 4. We have multiple. Just in case they ask you to make it 1.3, that's multiple. Okay, so we have single, 1.5, and we have double. So that's what? Single line spacing. So this is single at default. Space before and after is 0. Space, so I'm going to click on format, paragraph. Space before and after is 0. That's what we want. So here I can click on what? Okay. So we've created this. Now take a screenshot to show that you have defined the settings for the GA subhead styles. So let's do that. So what I will do right here is I'm going to, you can click here and then click on modify. Okay. Click on what? Modify. Very important. Okay, so we can just do a preview to check. GA subhead, please type it exactly the way it is. Serif Times New Roman 20, center, bold, italics. We have all caps here. Line spacing is single. You can have it right here. Single is right here. And no before and after. So this is the only screenshot you need to take. It's showing modify styles and all the properties are here. So this is the only screenshot you need to take. So I'm going to click on new. Okay, so I'm going to click on OK. So now this is what? Step what? 5. So I'm going to paste this in step 5. So I have it here, hit on enter, and then right click and then paste. Okay. So picture format, crop. Okay, so I have this here. So I'm going to save. Just make this 6 spaces. 6. Okay. So make sure that there is evidence that you have based this off the default or normal paragraph style. So if you check our evidence document, you will see that what? The default here is what? Normal. The style is based on normal. That's what we want. And of course, please your evidence document, which we have done. So this is probably check. Step 6. Identify 3 subheadings in the document and apply the GA subhead style to each one. So 3 subheadings in the document. So let's identify it. Okay, so I'm just going to click normal here, so it's fine. So I have the first one. I'll just click on it and then click subhead 1. Scroll down again. What else do we have? Okay, I have the video game console. Click on the subhead. Cloud gaming. Click on the subhead. All right. So very important. So please let's take note of that. Okay, it is very important and expedient that we actually take note of this. So important. Okay, now I want to explain something. Most of you are seeing right here on my screen the video game console, and you're wondering, Mr. Ajiro, what is this? What is this? And I want to explain this for you right now. Windows and often. So I want to explain what it is. So when we look at a window, okay, what is a window? So let's look at this. What is a window? We'll look at a window. Okay, so a window is the last line of a paragraph. A last line of a paragraph, the last line, okay, of a paragraph that appears alone at the top of a new page or column. So the last line, that's window. The last line that appears alone at the bottom. Okay. Sorry, that appears in the last line appears alone. Okay. The last of a paragraph that appears alone at the top. Okay, top of a new page or column. That's what the window is all about. Then we'll talk about offense, right? So offense is the first line. Take note of that. Window is the last of a paragraph, right, that appears alone at the top of a new page or column, while offense is the first line, okay, of a paragraph or heading. So paragraph can be right here, paragraph or what? Or heading. Is the first line of a paragraph or heading that appears alone at the bottom of a page or what? Column. So it is the last line, okay, is the first line of a paragraph or heading that what appears alone at the bottom of a page or column. So these two things are very, very important. Knowing that when you look at window, it's the last line of a paragraph, okay, that appears alone at what? The top of a new page or column. But for offense, it's the first line. It could be a paragraph, it could be a heading that appears in the bottom. So with this understanding, what do you think this is? Pause and tell me. It's an offense. Okay, why is it an offense? It's an offense because the first line, and it's a subheading, a heading that is appearing at the bottom of what? A page or a column. Right? In this case, it's appearing at what? The bottom of what? The column. So this becomes what? An offense. If it's a window is what? The last line. That last line that would appear somewhere here. Okay? That becomes what? A window. So please, let's take note. But of course, we're not done with our work here, so we cannot just start manipulating things. We have to ensure everything is done before we can proceed. Okay, so I've identified the three of them. And by the way, you see offense and windows in chapter 15, proofing. So we have identified the three subheadings. So we are done with this. Step 7, locate and move the paragraph. Cloud gaming is a method. The ellipsis here to access what? Content. So what? To locate this. Cloud gaming. So I'm going to use the find feature. So cloud gaming. So what do we have it? It's a method. Okay, so we have this. To what? Access content. To access content. So that's what we have this. So I'm going to highlight it to what? Access content. So good. To what? Access content. So to locate and move the paragraph. So it appears as a new paragraph. You make this subheading cloud gaming. So what do? I'm going to cut it. Cut. Okay. Cut. Notice I didn't remove a space. So I can hit on what? Delete. That's fine. So now I will come here to cloud gaming. Hit on what? Enter. And then they said what? Immediately what? After the heading cloud gaming. So I'm going to what? Right click and just Ctrl V. Paste. Good. Ctrl V. Because here again, if you click on this right here, is still showing what? Body. So they all have the same features. We just cut and just paste. All right. So we're done with this. Step 8. Place a cloud shape aligned to the right of the column and top of the paragraph starting. There are many advantages. So I'm going to find it, the find feature. If you're wondering how to do it, so you come here to editing, find, and they'll search. There are many. So I have this, there are many advantages right here. Okay, so there are many advantages. Okay, that's the only many advantages. I'll click it here and I'll close. So place a cloud shape aligned to the right of the column. A cloud shape. So to do a cloud shape, we're going to insert. It is a shape. So I'm going to click on shape and we're going to see a cloud. Okay, a cloud shape. Good. Now, if you don't see a cloud here, now probably show what we call compatibility. Now, if you show any form of compatibility, what do? You can go to info and then right here at the top, you can update the document from compatibility to the newest one. Okay, very, very important. All right. Okay, so I'm going to do that. Shapes, cloud, and I'm just going to draw the cloud. Let me draw it again. Take heed, for I am not a very good artist. Okay, just in case you're wondering. Okay, all right. So format the shape so that it is resized to a width of 5 centimeters. Okay, resized to a width. So this is the shape width here to 5 centimeters. Good, 5 centimeters. Okay. The outside edge of the cloud is black and 3.4 points thick. The outside edge of the cloud is black. So to do this, we're going to go to our shape outline. Okay, now the weight is going to be 3 to 4. So I'm going to go with 3 because we have 4.2. So we'll go to 3 to 4. So that's fine. So under the weight, you can do more lines though. You can do more lines and then you can specify the width. So I'm okay with 3. If you want to make it 4, you can just come here to do 4 and there you have it. Okay, but I'm okay with 3 because I said 3 to 4 points. Okay, so just in case. It is filled with a light gray shading. Light gray shading. So I'm going to go to shape field, light gray. So we'll look for light gray. Okay, so this is light gray. So how many percent of the light gray? 10 to 25%. 10 to 25%. I'm going to go with 10%. Okay. Now, note I've made it to 3.4, but it's not yet black. So take note, I'm going to make it the shape outline. This is going to be black. So now it is black. Okay. It is filled with a light gray. We've done that. The text wrap around the image. So let's wrap it around the image. So let's do that. So I'm going to go to text wrap and then I'm going to go to true or square. I think square is fine. Okay, square. Now, they said what? It is aligned to the right of the column and top of the paragraph starting. Right of the column, so I'm going to move this. There are many advantages. So I'm going to move it starting with what? There are many advantages. I'm using my arrow key to do this, by the way, if you're wondering. It has to be aligned. Good. Okay. So we have this word. Is aligned to the right of the column and top of the paragraph starting. There are many advantages. Yes, that's fine. Okay, what else? Enter the text. Cloud gaming. In the square shape created in step 8. Cloud gaming. So we have this cloud gaming. I just copied and paste, or you can type it, whichever one. Format the text to display in the bold black font. In the bold, I'm going to do Ctrl A. Take off the space. That's shift arrow left, bold, and then we have black. Good. All right. So we're done with this. So we're now in step 9. Make sure the text fits within the shape and does not touch the borderline. The completed shape should look like this. It should literally look like this. So what do we do? Now take note of this. Do I have a space? So I'm going to hit on delete. Now notice that I said the make sure the text should fit within the page, and it gave us a sample, so it has to be like this. So what I will do here is I'm going to highlight this. Okay, and reduce it a bit. Good. So 10 is fine. Okay, so 10 is fine. So we have this, and if you go to a shape format, we can see that this is what all right, let's look at let's see, do we have to do this? Okay, I think this is 3 centimeters. I'm just looking at it. I think 3 centimeters 5 centimeter is fair. Okay, I think this is fair. And this is really at the, yeah, I think that's fine. Okay, I think that's fine. Let's check our view, grid lines. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Okay. So again, we format the text to display in a bold black font, and that's what we have. And of course, this is what 10 to 25 centimeters. So we have this. So I'm going to check this. Step 10, spell check and proofread the document. Proofreading is very, very important. Now, this is proofing, chapter 15. Proofing is very, very important because we'll talk about proofing. Proofing just simply means rereading. Okay, when we talk about proofing, we're just simply saying we're going through the whole document to ensure, right? To ensure that the work is what? Error-free. So it is a form, it is not a form of verification. It is just the careful reading and reading of a document before it is finally printed. And the whole idea is to detect any errors in spellings, grammar, punctuation, or layout. Okay, whether or not they were in the original document or not. So it's the careful reading and reading of a document. This is very, very important. Okay, so we're talking about spell checking our work. We're just ensuring that all these things are free from any word. We're able to detect any errors in spellings and grammar. So let's detect. Let's see if we're going to detect any errors. So let's do that. So I'm going to go to review spellings and grammars. Okay, so what's happening? I'm having 93. So let's check spellings. So spelling, no, that is not the spelling of realistic. No, it's not. I may not be an English teacher, but definitely that's not the spelling of realistic, because realistic is about truthful, sensible, accurate. Okay, and simulation has one M. And I know simulation for sure because in chapter 6 ICT application, we talked about modeling application. Under computer what? Modeling, where we talk about simulation. Yes, you see, very important. So I'm going to click, yeah, that's the correct one. Okay, so just a model of a model, a prototype of that real thing. Okay, so what else? Let's check grammar. I'm going to ignore this. I'm going to ignore this. Ignore this. As a result, comma. Okay, I'm good with this. Ignore this. Ignore this. What else? What else is there? Coincidence. Coincideness. I'm just going to ignore all the coincideness. I don't need that. What else again? Punctuation, conversion. Just going to ignore. I'm just going to ignore it. Vocabulary. My vocabulary, I can just ignore. So the document is good. So we have this. All right. So the next one is what? The list is not split over 2 columns. So let's fix it. The list is not split over 2 columns. Yes, it is split over 2 columns. So how do we fix it? Okay. So here I have, so what do we do? Okay, I think I can just do this here. Hit on enter to bring it here. So that's fine. I have it here, so it's not split again. Um, okay, let me undo it. Okay, and there are no windows or offense. So usually the windows and offense help us to just remove every form of it. So I'm just going to click Control A to select everything. Okay, Control A to select. Let me take off this. Backspace. Control A to select everything. And then right here on Home, go to Paragraph. Under the line and page break, check the windows and offense and click on OK. Okay, so I still have everything correct apart from this, so I can just hit on Enter. So that's fine. All right, what else? So the list is not split over two columns. There are no windows on offense. Okay, we don't have any for Windows. We don't have the last line, okay, appearing at the top of the page. And for offense, we don't have the first line appearing at the bottom of the page, okay, or headings. We don't have it. Okay, so I think that's fine. There are not blank pages, so we don't have any blank pages. Original styles are maintained. Yes, the original styles are maintained right here. They're fully maintained. And this is the one that was created. We did not tamper with it. So this is the title. Okay, what else? Original styles are applied consistently. They are consistent across the body, subheads. They are consistent. Spacing is consistent between all items. So the spacing are consistent. Yes, the spacing are consistent. So I think I'll just leave it here. Just you can still move. I think I'll just leave it here. So it's fine here. Save the document in the same file name and format used in step 1. So what was used in step 1? Gar market. Okay. So we're going to save it, and then we can print the document. So I'm going to save and then click on File, then Print. So I'm going to print my document. So I think this is fine. Still haven't some. Okay, fine. File, print. Okay, so I have this. Now, again, your paper size is A4, of course, it's there on the paper. So again, we're going to click on, please, your printer should be Microsoft Print to PDF. Very important. So I'm going to print this. Ajiro Tech. Okay, I'm going to okay. So this is going to be print out document. Okay, I'm going to save. So now I can save this, I can close it, I can save this, I can close it, change the view to large icons, and then I can refresh. And then this is the work that you need to check. Okay, and from here you can now print your work, send it across. Okay, very important. Let me see. Should this space be good? Okay, I noticed there was a unnecessary space. It's important to always check, and this is why the printout will give you an idea of what you need to do. See, so now I can just save it, click on File, Print. Okay, and then I can replace it with this document, replace. Yes, I can close. Now if I refresh this, now this is fine. Okay, so it's always important to always check your work. Always check your work. Okay, so then we have it. We are done with document production. So please do well to give a like to this video and share this video with your friends, your classmates, and share the YouTube channel with your friends, classmates, because when you subscribe and you hit the notification button, it gives you it notifies you of any new content we are creating. Thank you. See you in the next one. Bye bye.